If you clicked on this video and expected me to celebrate and pop bottles because Frank Vogel got fired, I'm sorry to disappoint you because that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to throw a fit over it either, but I do wish Frank Vogel all the best, but we knew this was coming. Although Frank Vogel definitely has his faults, let's please not act like he's actually a terrible coach. He did win a championship with this team, and back then we all praised him for a great job that he was doing, weren't we? Since the championship though, I can agree that he hasn't done a great job, but I'm still not celebrating anything about this, and I wish Frank Vogel all the best. I have no hard feelings towards him whatsoever. What's up everyone, it's Nick, and I hope you guys are doing great even with the Lakers not even in the play-in tournament, and thank God this season's over. What a relief, right? For those of you watching are also Laker fans. But you're still excited for playoff basketball, right? Stakes are higher and the games are taken more seriously. Hey, if you like that I'm not putting all the blame on Frank Vogel, and you do recognize the great things that Frank Vogel has done too, consider leaving a like for the algorithm. If you're new and if you want to consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell, your support is much appreciated. Now, where Frank Vogel did do bad, the fact that this team had no fight, no desire to win at all costs, no chemistry, a playbook that in my last video I compared to toilet paper. Yeah, I would definitely say that Frank Vogel has not done a good job this year. Playing THT at the 3 with Russ and LeBron on the floor together, that was a terrible fit. Also, early on in the season, having Russell Westbrook in the game with Rajon Rondo, just to name a couple of his bad rotations. We found out that Frank Vogel is not a versatile coach. Even last year, I thought he did a terrible job preparing for the playoffs by trying to figure out his rotations during the first round series against the Suns rather than having them figured out in advance. I also didn't like that he was playing Andre Drummond over Montrezl Harrell, even though Drummond was a lost cause on both ends of the floor, while Montrezl Harrell, even though he's not a good defender, at least does play hard and can still provide a lot more offense than Andre Drummond. However, that being said though, we saw it in Indiana and we did see it in the 2020 championship run that Frank Vogel can be an excellent defensive coach with the right personnel. Let's not forget he coached the Pacers to back-to-back conference finals and even took a LeBron-led Miami Heat team to 7 games. Even last year we saw it too, as the Lakers still had the best ranked defense in the NBA. I mentioned the Lakers missing Alex Caruso in that rant I made. I forgot to mention KCP too. Yes, the Lakers definitely missed KCP's 3-and-D presence. Even as much as Dennis Schroeder is a head case and I don't miss his attitude at all, surprise surprise that the Celtics did so much better without him, he was still a defensive stud. And even in that video I made where I talked about him fumbling the bag, I still acknowledged what a great defender he was, and I feared that the Lakers would end up missing that. During the 2020 championship run, Vogel actually did an excellent job with his adjustments and his rotations, but he also had the personnel to match up with the Rockets small ball and the Nuggets with Nikola Jokic. What I really think set up Vogel for failure was the fear of the Nets big 3, yet neither the Nets or Lakers super teams worked out. That's the crazy part. Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss should have learned from 2013. The Lakers made the same mistake by fearing the Miami Heat big 3. You don't need a star-studded team to win a championship. It can help, yeah, but fit matters more, and the fit on this roster was terrible. It was questionable from the very beginning. I'll admit my guilt. I thought that the Lakers could figure it out at some point, and no, they didn't at all. The Mavericks only needed one star to beat the Big 3 Heat with a bunch of great role players. The 2014 Spurs had one all-star in Tony Parker, with Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili getting up there in age, and Kawhi was still up and coming. They beat the Heat because they played great team basketball. The 2020 Lakers that won the championship, they weren't looked as the deepest team in the league that year, but they had great chemistry and guys who knew how to play their role. But then the Lakers ruined all that by panicking when the Nets traded for James Harden and they decided to value names over fit. Or even before the Nets formed their big 3, they were trying to fix what wasn't broken. They were just fine with what they had as center in Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. They decided to go for Montrezl Harrell, who we all know doesn't play defense, and Marc Gasol, who's washed up, and also trading for Dennis Schroeder. And while yes, he is a better player than Danny Green, Danny Green was clearly a better fit. This is all stuff I could never blame Frank Vogel for, and why I actually do sympathize for him to some degree. Who to replace Frank Vogel with? I heard Doc Rivers, or actually Glenn Rivers, is a candidate. If that happens, maybe I should make a video reacting to that with a bag over my head? Should I do it? I don't want Quinn Snyder and his blown leads either. If the Lakers promote David Fizdale. Oh, hell no, please don't do it. If the Raptors part ways with Nick Nurse, he's someone I would actually want, but the roster definitely needs to be constructed better because I honestly think that no matter who's coaching, no one will be in good position to succeed with the current roster construction. It also doesn't help that LeBron has not been a leader this year and he's valued stats over winning, or Anthony Davis not staying healthy. Also, you can't expect any coach to fix Russell Westbrook. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? It's also not like Frank Vogel or any other coach can magically make the Lakers younger. So to Frank Vogel, thanks for the 2020 championship. I hope wherever he goes, he'll be in better position to succeed because we've seen him do great things with the right personnel in 2020 and also in Indiana. I don't think it should be too long before Frank Vogel finds his next head coaching job, and I wish him all the best with his future endeavors. For the Lakers themselves, please don't dig yourselves into a hole deeper than you've already dug yourselves into. Then not even Phil Jackson can save you guys. He can't even save you guys now. And I just found out before recording this video that Frank Vogel was told he was fired through the media and not by the team.
Frank, right at the end of the game, Adrian Wojnarowski tweeted that the Lakers are going to be firing you, a decision they'll let you know tomorrow. Have you communicated with the front office at all about your future? And I guess what's your reaction to hearing that?
And I'm going to enjoy tonight's game, celebrate what these young guys did in terms of scratching the claw and getting back in this game, getting a W. And, we'll deal with tomorrow.
That's just utterly disrespectful. Have some courtesy. Jeannie Buss, I used to really like you, but you need to sell the team, and Rob Pelinka definitely needs to go too. I don't care if he was Kobe's agent. He's not a GM, or not a very good GM, I should say. The Lakers need a front office who has the balls to tell LeBron no. The fact that the Miami Heat had the balls to tell LeBron no is why LeBron was at his best in Miami, and why they stayed competent even after he left. I understand the fear of LeBron leaving you in the dust like he's done to Cleveland twice, but look at how Miami has handled him, and maybe you should learn from that. So I really do think that Frank Vogel was unfairly scapegoated, and for the fact that he did win a championship when actually given the right personnel, I wish him all the best, and that's why I'm not going to celebrate the fact that he's gone. If there's anything to celebrate at all right now, it's the fact that this disaster of a season is finally over. That's it for now. If you could please consider liking the video, subscribing if you're new, and turning on notifications so you don't miss another video. Your support is much appreciated. Links to my social media down below. I'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'd love to have a discussion with you guys. Before I close out though, I know I've been slow with my uploads lately, and that's because I got a new job. I still won't give up on YouTube though. For those who are new, this is not just a basketball channel, and I will make some baseball content as the season just began. The next video I have planned is if the Rams will repeat, so be on the lookout for that. I just can't promise that I'll be uploading more than twice a week right now because of my work schedule, which I hope you're okay with. I'd also appreciate it if you could click through either video up above. If you have not seen one or the other yet, I'm sure you'll enjoy whichever one you click. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.